Hans Holbein the Younger was an artist in the early 16th century. He was born in Germany, then moved to Switzerland, and then visited England between 1526 and 1528, went back to Switzerland, and then returned in the early 1530s back to England, and then became an artist in King Henry VIII's court, where he lived until he died in 1543. And today I want to show you 87 different sketches that Holbein made. And with these sketches, because what he would do is he would take a special like rosy pink paper and he would always sketch out a person's portrait before he would paint their portrait. So for a lot of portraits, we have the sketch, and then next to that, I will have the completed project. And so then you can compare and contrast, because for example, with, I believe her name was Lady Guildford, in her sketch, you can see her kind of smiling and looking off to the side, but then in her portrait, she looks very serious. And so for that, I have some tidbit information explaining why he drew her one way and then painted her a different way. But with some of the sketches, we have lost the portraits due to history. And what I mean by that is some we know for sure were lost in fires. One was lost in a fire in, I believe it was January 1698. Another one was lost to a fire in, I believe it was 1752. But then other portraits have just disappeared. And what I mean by disappeared is it was not uncommon to have a portrait and then after, say, the portrait was painted, for whatever reason, it would then get repainted, painted over it with someone else's portrait. And so if you look at some of the portraits that have had X-radiography and dendrochronology done, you will find that they will see, like, for example, Queen Elizabeth I, there is a portrait of her where you can see her head, but when they do the x-ray, you can see another lady's head here. That is not Elizabeth. There is one portrait where, actually it might be the Lady Guildford picture, where you see her, but in the X-radiography that they did, if you rotate the portrait 180 degrees, you will see the legs to a man, and it looks like that might have been a portrait of Edward VI. So it's quite possible that some of these Holbein portraits were just painted over with someone else's portrait later on. So I hope you find this fascinating with looking at the Holbein sketches and either comparing and contrasting them to his completed portrait of that person, or for some of them, I have some historical tidbit information to explain about the portrait or why the portrait might be missing. But before we get started, please select thumbs up that you like the video. It helps with the algorithm. If you have questions or comments, please post them below. And please click subscribe and ring the bell to be updated when new videos come out. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and would like to watch more of my videos, please follow the links on the side of the page. Please select thumbs up that you like the video. If you have questions or comments, please post them below. And please click subscribe and ring the bell to be updated when new videos come out.